Good day everyone, my name is Floria Rosa Espaldon and I will continue the report of Ms. Leopardas about managing the strategy process, and I will discuss to you the customer-oriented vision statements, moving from product-oriented to customer-oriented vision statements, and living the values. A customer-oriented vision defines a business in terms of providing solution to customer needs. Example of, we are in the business of providing a solutions to professional communication needs. And companies that have customer-oriented visions tend to be more flexible when adapting to changing environment. Because customer-oriented vision is focuses of the consumer needs, and the company should be flexible when adapting changing of environments. It is important not to confuse customer-oriented vision statements with listening to your customer. They are not the same thing, because we can listen to the customer problem, then gather the information needed to address it and create a solution so we can prevent that problem happen again. Customer-oriented visions identify a critical need but leave open the means of how to meet that need. It is critical not to define how a customer's need will be met, because future is unknowable and innovations may provide new ways to meet needs that we cannot fathom today. Even if the customer needs are unchanging, the means of meeting those needs can certainly change over time. Example about the customer needs and mobility. A little over a century ago, people needs mobility and they think the solution to their problem is using horse-drawn, buggies, horseback riding, or by trains for long distances. But one person think another solution, and he is Henry Ford. Henry Ford is famous in saying of, if I had listened to my customer, I would have built a better horse and buggy. But instead of doing a better horse and buggy, Henry Ford's original visions was to make the automobile accessible to every American. He succeeded, and the automobile dramatically changed how mobility was achieved. Ford Motor Company's vision is to provide personal mobility for people around the world. Note that it does not even mention the automobile by focusing on the consumer need for personal mobility. Ford is leaving the door open for exactly how it will fulfill that need. Today, Ford is mostly with traditional cars and trucks propelled by gas-powered internal combustion engines, with some hybrid electric vehicle in its lineup. In the near future, Ford is likely to provide vehicles powered by alternative energy sources such as electric power or hydrogen. In the far-reaching future, perhaps Ford will get into the business of individual flying devices. Sometimes, effective vision statements work through metaphors or limited comparisons. Metaphors can help employees make appropriate decisions when faced with the day-to-day situations that can sometimes be novel or stressful. Example of business. Customer-oriented visions is to make people happy, but Disney translates these visions through the metaphor that its themes park are like stage performances. These are the examples of different companies with customer-oriented vision statements. Amazon, to be Earth's most customer-centric company, to build a place where people can come to find and discover anything they might want to buy online. Second is eBay, to provide a global trading platform where practically anyone can trade practically anything. And GE, to turn imaginative ideas into leading products and services that help solve some of the world's toughest problems. Google, to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. IBM, to be the best service organizations in the world. And Microsoft, to enable people and businesses throughout the world to realize their full potential. Nike, to bring inspirations and innovations to every athlete in the world. Last is Walmart, to give ordinary folk the chance to buy the same thing as rich people. Moving from product-oriented to customer-oriented vision statement, in some cases, other company with product-oriented to customer move in customer-oriented vision statement. But product-oriented vision statements do not interfere with the firm's success in achieving superior performance and competitive advantages. For example of Intel Corporation. Intel's early vision was to be the preeminent building block supplier of the PC industry. Intel designed the first commercial microprocessor chip in 1971 and set the standard for microprocessors in 1978. During the personal computer or PC revolution in the 1980s. And microprocessors became Intel's main line of business. In the internet age, though the standalone PC as the end product has become less important because customers want to stream videos and share photos online. These activities consume a tremendous amount of computing power to reflect the shift, and Intel in 1999 changed its visions to focus on being the preeminent building block supplier to the internet economy. Its product-oriented vision statement did not impede performance or competitive advantage. In 2008, Intel fully made the shift to a customer-oriented visions to delight our customers, employees, and shareholders by relentlessly delivering the platform and technology advancements that become essentials to the way we work and live. Its formal vision statements lag in behind the firm's strategic transformations. And Intel accomplished superior firm performance over decades through continuous adaptations to changing market realities. In this case, vision statements and firm performance are clearly not related to one another. Empirical research shows that sometimes vision statements and firm performance are associated with one another. Positive relationship between vision statements and firm performance is more likely to exist under certain circumstances. The first one is if the visions are customer-oriented and if internal stakeholders are invested in defining and revising the visions, and if organizational structures such as compensation system are aligned with the firm's vision statements. Living the values. Organizational values are the ethical standards and norms that govern the behavior of individuals within a firm or organization. And we have two important functions to have a strong ethical values. The first one is they form a solid foundation on which a firm can build its visions and missions, and thus lay the groundwork for long-term success. If a company has a clear objectives and future goals, both the company and its employee will benefit. And the second is values serves as the guardrails put in place to keep the company on track when pursuing its missions and visions in its quest for competitive advantage. The values exposed by a company provide answer to the questions, how do we accomplish our goals? They help individuals make choices that are both ethical and effective in advancing the company goals. There's one last point to make about organizational values. Without commitment and involvement from top managers, any statements of values remains merely a public relations exercise because employees tend to follow values practiced by strategic leaders. They observe the day-to-day decisions of top managers and quickly decide whether managers are merely paying lip service to the company's stated values. True values must be lived with integrity, especially by the top management team, because of having unethical behavior in the company by top managers is like a virus that spreads quickly throughout an entire organization. It is imperative that strategic leaders set an example of ethical behavior by living the values.